Hi guys, it's Shar. Welcome back to my channel, Craftin' Up a Storm. Today I dug into my stash. I need to use it up. I've got so much. And I found some Valentine crafting supplies. And I'm going to use those to make some really quick and easy Valentine decorations. I don't know if I'm going to use all of them or not, but these are the ones that I found in order to make some projects. So let's get crafting. For this project, I've pulled out this little metal envelope. Now, I'm not feeling the pink color, nor am I feeling the red ribbon, and I'm especially not feeling the red glitter. So I'm going to clean this up a bit and take that glitter and that ribbon off. I thought maybe the glitter was a sticker that I could just kind of pull off, and of course, it was not that easy. It was more like a layer of glitter glued down. So I did end up having to play with that a bit and scrape it. And I just basically ended up scraping it away. I thought there would be an easier way to do it, but the way I was just doing it was basically what I had to do. Just scrape and scrape and scrape until I got all the pieces. I'm not worried about scratching it because I'm going to paint it. However, I don't want to gouge the metal. So once it was mainly off, I got the glue away out and got the rest of it. Now that little lip that's at the front, I also cut that off, you'll see, because I wanted it to be more of an envelope shaped. I painted the whole thing with cashew chalk paint. And now I'm going to decorate it with this stencil. This is kind of a junk journaling stencil. If you happen to have one, you can use it. If you have any stencils that have lettering on it, you can use that. I used pumice and vintage photo distressed oxide on this. You can also just use any stencil you have to decorate it, stickers, washi tape, whatever you want to do to decorate it, or just leave it a plain envelope. It's fine. I wanted to do a little junk journaling style to this craft, so I grabbed out the pumice first, and I went pretty heavy-handed with different lettering kind of all over, just because you can see how light it is. Once I had as much of the light color as I wanted, I cleaned off my stencil, and now I'm going to use that vintage photo, which is going to be a lot darker on this. And I'm just going to go a little lighter, more like a spotlight effect on different areas with different writing that I want to use. Here I use some of the different writing on the flap of the photo of the envelope. And now I want to use some of the smaller writing. And then here I wanted to use like the postmark. So I just kind of filled in what until it felt like that's what I wanted. Now, I decided my envelope needed buttons, and I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know how buttons go with this, but I wanted some red on my envelope, and buttons did the job. So I did some different color red buttons. And then to the back of it, I'm going to glue some of those tumbling tower blocks to help it stand up. I also should have filled in that hole at the top when I was painting, but I didn't. Now I'm going to take some tissue, stuff it in there, and I had these felt hearts in my stash, and those are going to be my little love letters in my envelope. And that's this easy peasy project. Let me know what you guys think of this one. For this project, I grabbed this house decoration out of my stash, some transfers. These wooden hearts are new, but I grabbed some paint, lightest to darkest, baby pink, wild berry, red apple, and Napa red. And I am going to cover up my little houses with this wood transfer. Realized I really need to cover up the letters first, so I grabbed out some white chalk paint. Once those were dry, I'm going to add my transfer over the top, rub that on, and fill in any missing areas. Now I'm going to take just the small plain hearts, and I'm going to take 4 of them and paint them in my red colors from light to dark. After I have my hearts painted, I'm going to go in, and I probably should have done this before I put my transfers on, but hey, live and learn. I'm going to just finish the edges. I rub in with my paintbrush a little of the antique wax. Then I take a cloth and really rub it in because it's this raw edge. I'm also going to go back and color these wooden spacer beads as well. I'm going to glue my 4 hearts onto the front, lightest to darkest, and that is it for this really easy project as well. Let me know what you guys think of this one. This was one of my favorite projects. I had these 2 kind of thick, chunky hearts, and they remind me of cookies. So I'm going to get out a beige color. I used oyster beige. These are kind of light, very light sugar cookies, but I painted the entire heart, both of them, with this oyster beige around the edges, all over, and both sides. I'm not worried about filling in the holes on these because when I frost them, it will fill that hole in. Now I added some soft suede to that original oyster color and darkened it a little bit so that I could go around the edges and up on the sides a little bit so it looks like my cookie has some toasted edges. And that way it kind of reminds me a little bit more of a cookie, at least the ones I make with the little toasted edges. For my frosting and decoration, I grabbed out, I don't have any Valentine Day faux sprinkles. So I grabbed out my Christmas ones, and I'm just going to pull some out that I think will fit for Valentine's cookies. I got my puffy paint, and I'm going to frost the top of these cookies. I kind of go around it with a bit of a swirly type motion and make my drips. Most of my footage looked like this, the bottom of my bottle, so you couldn't really see what I'm doing. Right here, I'd show you the swirl kind of from the side that I'm doing, and I just kind of swirl that paint on there. So I get kind of a nice chunky frosted look. I don't want these to stand upright because I don't want it to drip too much. So I'm going to lay them down, but I don't want to lay them flat because I do have some frosting on the other side. You can actually do the frosting all the way down so that these are two-sided as well. While one of them was still wet, I'm going to take my faux sprinkles and kind of just push it into that puff paint. I didn't end up using the peppermint. I just used the little chocolate chips and the red sprinkles. And that's how this cookie turned out. For the other cookie, I let that paint dry over 24 hours. And now I'm going to go in with some pink acrylic paint. I believe it's the baby pink I used before. And I'm going to paint all that frosting so I have pink frosting on one cookie. I let the paint dry, and because this is all dry, I don't show you really well in this video, but I took the sprinkles, dipped them in a little bit of glue, and then put them on the cookie, so that way they'll stay. And I just wiped off my tweezers in between each on a towel so that the glue didn't make the sprinkles stick. And you can see the glue there. I just used a regular craft glue. That'll dry clear, and then you won't see it. Let me know what you guys think of these. Last easy peasy project, I grabbed these little chalkboard heart tags, some wooden heart ornaments that I had in my stash, and then I did pick these up this year, some ornate heart ornaments. I painted the hearts with the same colors I used earlier. Red apple, wild berry, and I think the baby pink. Now I'm going to use my metal ruler and my straight edge, and I'm going to score a line. One of the hearts I score from the top to the middle. The other one I do from the middle down to the bottom, and then I take some shears and cut into the wood. Now, these are pretty delicate, but not horribly delicate. I just took my time and cut into them. You'll see one of them did split, but it didn't come apart. You can't even see the split. I think this is the one that split right here. You'll see it. Yeah, see it kind of cracked. But once I put it together, you can't even see. I tried to make a little thick, make the cut a little thicker, and then I cleaned out the edges with my straight edge. Once those were done, I put them together. You'll see on this one, these were a little easier just because it has the ornate area, so it's not a solid cut. I do have my little hammer out, and on some of them I did have to kind of tap them down to get them good and even. Some of them were a little tight, but those were easy peasy little heart decorative sitters that you can put around your decorations. What do you guys think of that one? Here are all 3 quick and easy projects using Dollar Tree stash items. Let me know which one was your favorite down in the comments. Thank you for joining me for this really quick video, and I hope you have a great day.